The Y&R spoilers recap for Wednesday, April 13, 2022, brings a bombshell in the shape of Diane Jenkins, and Jack Abbott had the unfortunate task of dropping it on his siblings. Plus, Victor Newman tried to convince Victoria Newman Locke to see reason, Adam Newman tried to convince Ashland Locke to see reason, and Amanda Sinclair got Phyllis Summers to see reason just in time to get her out of the hotel lobby for Diane to sneakily check in. Y&R spoilers recap highlights. Ever the optimist, Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, stood in the doorway of the Abbott mansion, eagerly awaiting Jack's, Peter Bergman, return from Los Angeles. Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, remained guarded, but she joined her sister, waiting for their big brother. Finally, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, showed up, and they all thought they were waiting for Jack to tell them all about his visit with their new niece Allie Wynn, Kelsey Wang. Boy, were they wrong. Finally, Jack showed up, and he relayed the stunning detail that one Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, is alive. Ashley summed the whole thing up when she turned to the word bitch to describe Diane. Not surprisingly, they failed to believe Jack at first, but once he explained Diane faked her death with the help of Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, they quickly got down to the details of Jack's plan for dealing with this new complication. Namely, how will he tell Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, about his mother being alive? Young and the restless, family dysfunction. Meanwhile, Victoria, Amelia Hiley, couldn't decide if she hated her lying husband Ashland, Robert Newman, or not, for reasons. She didn't love her family telling her how to feel. Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, at least tried to help explain the situation to Victor, Eric Braden, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, by noting that Victor is also ruthless but still loves her. Ultimately, Victoria flounced out of her office, leaving her worried family there, worrying. Victoria ended up at Society, and Adam walked in. He confronted Victoria after she told him that there might be a change in plan, but she wouldn't elaborate. Then, Adam guessed that Ashland saw through her poor plan and backed off. Shaken, Victoria lashed out at her youngest brother after he took her to task. Y&R spoilers recap: an indecent proposal earlier. Adam, Mark Grossman, further explained his deal for Ashland. The Newmans would wire $500 million to Ashland's account if he agreed to leave Newman Locke, Victoria, and Genoa City with no questions asked. Ashland didn't quite buy that Adam had the approval of Victor to make such an offer. Adam didn't, so kudos, Ashland. However, Adam continued his bluffing and told Ashland he had 1 hour to decide. The biggest worry? Would Ashland take the bait? Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, didn't hold much hope since she knew if Ashland planned to take the money and run, he wouldn't have had to think about it. However, Adam saw that he didn't say no, which left them with some hope he might fall for it. Ever the pragmatist, Sally worried about what Victor would think if he found out, but Adam felt it'd be okay because if Ashland took the deal, Victor would be happy, and if not, he'd never know. As for Ashland, he headed straight to Newman Locke to talk to Victor. Oh, and Nikki was still there too. He asked Victor about the offer, and Victor played it all cool. Ashland ended up giving Victor the amount, which helped his bluff. Victoria walked in, and Ashland let her in on the deal. Adam, and maybe Victor, made him. He asked Victoria if he should take the money and run and put them both out of their pain. Of course, Victoria looked like a wounded puppy that Ashland would dare suggest such a thing. Y&R, Taylor Jensen checks in. Finally, Phyllis, Michelle Stafford, returned to the Grand Phoenix, and Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, showed up. She had tons of questions for Phyllis and seemed to hope that Phyllis and Jack were building a romantic connection. In the actual situation, Phyllis put the brakes on Amanda's line of questioning. She couldn't tell Amanda the truth, though, so they planned a fun spa day with Phyllis's bonus day since she hadn't expected to be back in Genoa City yet. In a happy coincidence, for Diane, the little treat ended up getting Phyllis out of the way just in time for Diane, aka Taylor Jensen, to check into the hotel to stay for a while. The Young and the Restless, airs weekdays on CBS. Check your local listings for airtimes. For more about what's coming up in Genoa City, check out all the latest that's been posted on Y&R Spoilers, and for an in-depth look at the show's history, click here. Take our poll ad block test. Why?